And we're back. Couch Company Podcast. I'm John, and with me, as always, Tyler.
Hey, John.
What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. It is the Memorial Day, coming off the Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, this is coming out Memorial Day.
Yeah, we had a good Memorial Day.
Theoretically.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm not a lot's going on. I mean, a lot is going on, but...
You seemed pretty excited to talk about some things today. But I will say, first off, I just did like a test drove a bunch of keyboards, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
So we finally had me try out one. He has 4 sitting on his counter right now, all very different. And I am extremely ignorant when it comes to keyboards. So I'm like sitting there like trying to describe things. And Tyler's like, well, that's actually not what you're feeling. It's actually this. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. But it was interesting.
It comes down, and I don't think there's a keyboard enthusiast listening to this, but if there is, John does not like acrylic plates.
No.
Or like a plexi plate. He's not into that. He wants sturdy plates. So we're thinking brass or aluminum. We'll figure that out next week.
Gold.
And you were clicky, which I hate to blast you on that, but you were clicky,
I was coming around
you more
to
linear versus tactile.
Yeah, I was clicky at first, but I came around. Dude, I need to get into, you're talking about the subreddit wars and everything. I need to get into a hobby like that where I can start flaming some people about things
I will say
that don't matter at all.
There is something to the clicky if you're trying to be responsive, you're trying to like feel that. I think that if you like the linear ones and you're like, oh, something's missing, it feels mushy or whatever like that, I think if we give you a hard plate and then we get you maybe some like cherry like silvers or something, like a really like just short travel,
yeah,
I think you might dig it. Which, to be completely honest, you could buy one off the shelf and probably get what you're going for. You're just not going to have it tuned like mine are.
Yeah, I need it tuned.
You need it tuned. You can't have that rattle on the space bar, man.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Dude, my keyboard sucks. I thought my keyboard was good.
It is good.
You remember when we first got clicky keyboards and we were like, holy shit, this is awesome.
I do remember that. I was like, hey, I have everything I could ever want. And Nate's like, hey, Tyler, these are clicky. And then I find out that clicky is like, you're the pariah of the keyboard community.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just ignorance is bliss, man. I don't know.
That is... Yes, 1,000%. I remember back in the day when I would turn on my Xbox 360 and I would play Arkham Asylum at 30 frames per second on a good day, and it was awesome. And I enjoyed it, and it was cheap, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Now it's like, this dropped a frame. I'm getting 143. Why is it 143 and not 144? I have capped at 144. It should be 144. Oh, man. I hate that. Hobbies suck. Right? Like, I think the thing that everyone jokes about is like everyone, with the exception of Jeff and his bonsais, because he seems genuinely like he loves that.
I think he's part bonsai. I'm starting to suspect that someone grew him. Well, technically.
We can go down that rabbit hole. Yeah. Get him back on and just talk about
Speaking of rabbits.
Go ahead. Speaking about rabbits, is that a good segue for you?
No. They fuck a lot, so.
Kind
of the same thing.
With your garden and rabbits are.
Dude, I am about to go to war with the rabbits. So deer and rabbits are going to be the enemy this year. They.
Do we want to get into it? So enough about the keyboards. We will get your perfect keyboard, and my goal is to make you something that you truly love, and it's going to be a League of Legends. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Do you want a blue
Sky
keyboard
blue.
though? Like, do you want
No. I think I want like a red and black.
Red and black. So you're going like hard gamery.
Very gamer.
I know I got it.
I want my Cheeto dust.
Okay.
To get all over the keys, but to be protected. Is there a Cheeto dust or Dorito dust repellent we can finish the keys
Do you care about RGB?
Red.
Do you care about
blue,
lights?
green?
Do you care about light? Do you care about your keyboard lighting up?
Not really, but I could see it getting into it because I never have an excuse to use the ones on my computer, so maybe I can match everything up.
Oh, maybe. But what I'm saying is, if you go into the enthusiast market, RGB is not.
Like you don't want that.
Well, you can't. Most boards have it. Like I think all 4 of those boards have RGB.
But you're like a noob if you put it on.
Well, not a noob, but like none of the keys let light through. So,
I see,
if you get keys that let the light come through the legends, you severely limit your color options at that point.
I see. Okay.
So it just depends if you want.
I don't need RGB.
Well, you're gonna have RGB, but it's gonna be like very
really.
subtle. Yeah.
As all good things are.
I think I have a perfect set for you. Once we nail down the feel, we'll get you a nice keyboard.
Yeah. That's gonna be sweet.
It'll be nice.
I need to. I'm very jealous of your keycap, the escape key.
Are you going to be? And I know I said I'd get off the keyboards, but I could talk for hours on this. Are you good with just the arrow keys?
Yes.
And then you get the arrow keys, and then you get 4 like side keys. I use delete, page up, page down, and I think like print screen.
I don't use any of that. I use
Okay.
Q.
Yeah.
WER.
Right. Well, you need one for
DF.
because you don't get F row keys.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So if you use your F row keys, that's going to be a little tough
I
for
don't. Oh shit, I do.
you. Yeah. So you would have to kind of adjust or figure that out, or map an F key to your thumb button. So that's
The reason
your function.
I use my F keys, I use my F keys for leveling up my abilities.
Yeah.
So they're right parallel to it.
Yep.
So that's gonna be rough.
So
We'll
what
have to
if
adjust.
what
We'll have
if
to adjust.
you assign the function key, which is what triggers your F key?
So yeah, good idea.
Put that on your mouse
Yeah.
thumb button.
Yeah.
And then still
and then I
hit
can
1
hit
through
my
4.
abilities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Well, we're theory crafting keyboards,
Buddy, I envision this keyboard for you. Like I know exactly.
You're the
look.
master craftsman, man. I'm actually jealous that you're so into something like this. I need to be into something like that.
If you want red and black, that's like the easiest combo to do.
It's the best combo,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Okay.
I like. All right. Quick top 5 color combos. Red and black are up there.
Personally, I don't like red and black, but go on. Yeah.
I like white and blue.
Yeah. Or white and purple.
I like orange and blue.
Yes.
Like a darker
Sure.
blue with like an orange. I like
Very complimentary.
green and yellow.
Again, well, not complimentary. That's
Yeah, like a Sprite kind of deal.
yeah, green. I think.
All right, your turn then.
No.
What do you like?
You're right. I like black and white. that's my
Of course, yeah,
that's my
black
favorite
and
color
white.
combo.
Yeah, of course.
I've been going with like this really like kind of pale green that I really like in my and we'll get into this, but I went for a teal, like a teal and slate combo, and that's kind of like my base color.
Yeah.
And then I have accents of light purple.
Ooh.
I don't know why. It kind of looked okay, and you're getting into that weird like green and purple combo, like the Joker almost. But it's okay.
Yeah. I see. I should. I mean, you're a big color guy,
Yeah.
so I should. I'm looking for a car. I should.
Oh,
throw
I don't know about you. You don't
like colors on cars? You
No,
don't
I
care?
do like colors on cars, but
I see.
I think you're not going to get a sexier car than black, and I would never
Absolutely
buy a black
no.
car.
Why?
It just gets filthy. Do you have a garage?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're like it. You're never gonna.
I think I'm gonna get a car cover.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna like really take care of that.
Of course,
thing.
dude.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, in that case, I like black and white cars are easily my favorite cars.
White cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a white car right now, but there's this really cool blue that Dodge has called Frostbite.
It's like a lighter blue.
Yeah, but it's really sick. I'll have to show you it after this.
Okay.
I think we could have a whole discussion on.
Yeah.
I think Dodge has really good colors, actually, even though I'm a Mustang kind of guy.
So you wouldn't want like a light blue. Like I bet you, like I can't. Like I would see your car.
Yeah.
And like they have this like Friday. I just got it, an email for it. But they just came out with like this aluminum, like sky blue aluminum, like almost like this kind of like frosted blue.
Yeah.
That's aluminum, and it came out with this European car color scheme keycaps
Oh,
that I'd have to
that's
show
sweet.
you. Where I'm like, that's kind of neat. Like
Yeah.
if you appreciate that, I don't know if they
Yeah.
necessarily go together, but I think you get a kick out of it.
That would be cool.
That was
Have
where
like a BMW.
Well, that was what I was
keyboard.
originally kind of go down.
Yeah.
But that's a hard set to get, and I was like, well, if he doesn't like it, this is going to be kind of annoying to like jump through the hoops to get that set, and you just be like, okay,
Yeah, yeah, right.
red and black.
Oh,
You can
red
do
and black is all
like,
day. Dude, red and black on cars is sweet. Like the place I'm looking at has like a really sweet Charger that's red and black.
I think
it's sick.
the combo that I want to put on there for you is not what you're thinking. And I can't decide if you're going to like it or not, but I want to surprise you.
See, I'm curious if you'll go black with red accent or red with black accent. That's what I'm curious about. And I'm not going to tell you which I prefer. Yeah. But I think you know. I have faith.
All right, we'll see.
Hopefully it's not as bad as that key test you just gave me where Tyler handed me 2 keys. He's like, tell which one's lighter. It was like a very Karate Kid moment or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's the white one. He's like, you're fucked.
No. So, no, you said it was the black one. Like the white one was lighter.
The white one was lighter, yeah.
We used 2 keys, and one had a 62-gram spring. The other one had a 68.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they're the same.
You remember those little cubes in science class? Mm-hmm. That's a gram.
Well,
that's what we're talking here.
Yeah.
Little cube thing.
It's the amount of force. It's not like
we used to throw them at each other.
They are. Yeah.
Get hit with a gram? You ever get hit with a gram right in the face?
No.
Hurts. Not that bad because it's just grams.
I was going to say it doesn't sound painful, but okay.
Yeah, right.
Unless it's like a gram of a black hole.
A kilogram.
Then you're in trouble.
A gram of a black hole?
Yeah.
Then everyone, like, yeah.
It's probably, it's not great.
It's not great.
It's a bad outcome.
Right, you mean right in the middle of Earth?
Yeah.
That seems bad.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to talk about our check-ins from last episode?
Yeah, so if you listened to us last episode, it was our 1 year. So congratulations to us again.
We're just going to keep doing this for another year.
Dude, there's nothing better than just jerking yourself off.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm telling you, man. It's pretty good. I'm sure someone can relate out there. But anyways, we decided on 2 activities or hobbies, I guess. What? It's natural.
No, I'm trying to I'm like I'm trying to think of like, okay, well, that's clearly the episode title, but I'm like, we can't get away with that.
We need to push the bounds. We need to limit test a little bit here to see what we can get away with.
I think it's natural might be the...
It's natural, yeah.
Anyway, go on.
So anyway, speaking of natural, my hobby was gardening.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like a preparation, I felt like, leading up to this week, and then we really jump into it. Mm-hmm. And Tyler's is streaming.
Yeah.
Which kind of fits a lot better with the whole gaming podcast kind of deal.
You would think.
Yeah, I mean, like when I thought I was going to have a gaming podcast, I thought it was going to touch less grass and not more. So this is a very shocking turn of events for me.
It's a year we've evolved.
We're
beyond games now. Now we're incorporating other things into...
We are a gardening podcast.
Part gardening, we can be. Sure.
But my mom's extremely excited. We went to the store this week, bought a lot of seeds. She had a lot of seeds as well. So we kind of have it planned out. I was going to bring the seeds today because I know Tyler was very specific about what are you planting. Like, I need to know names, and I dropped the ball. And I don't remember them. But essentially, I got 3 types of tomatoes.
Okay.
And I actually learned, so I was doing a lot of research. So I learned something about tomatoes. So there's 2 types of tomatoes, like umbrellas. So there's a determinate tomato and an indeterminate tomato. So a determinate tomato has a maturity level that it's going to reach, and you're going to get the tomatoes off of it from there. So it's like a set height and a set amount of tomatoes. I don't think it's a set amount, but it's like a set height that the plant's going to reach, right?
Okay.
And then indeterminate means it's going to keep going as long as the conditions are met from it. So it's like, summer and the soil's a certain temperature and it's getting the nutrients it needs.
So it just keeps growing, you mean? So like you can pick tomatoes and it keeps growing, but if you pick tomatoes of a determinate plant, you get what you get for that season.
You get, exactly. So it's like 75% or more are indeterminate, because that's what you think of when you think of a tomato plant, like kind of viney and it keeps going, and you get a lot of tomatoes. So that's a little fact for you.
No, that's interesting.
We are doing the research here. But yeah, I try to do a mix of kind of larger tomatoes and then smaller ones.
Yeah.
My test for that is I really want Chelsea to really like them. So Chelsea's a psycho. That's why she married Tyler.
Yes.
But also she eats tomatoes like normal people eat apples. So
yeah, I mean, she'll typically do them up and put some like feta or like. Yeah.
Well, she did it. I came over. I didn't believe her. I bought her a tomato, and she ate that shit right in front of me, right in my face. She said, "Just eye contact and everything,
Yeah.
just biting into that. And I was like, wow, this.
She probably didn't even wash it off, right?
I think she did.
Did she? Okay.
I'd like to give that would be savage.
No,
Didn't even wash it off.
my mom, and this is the difference between Chelsea and I, is like my mom would like wash every grape.
You're supposed
and
to, right?
Stuff like that. Well, sure, but like Chelsea will take them, throw them into like under a sink, and just like run some water.
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're good. And like
And
I
it's
can't blame
natural.
her. Like they're fine. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah,
it's
you
fine.
rinse it off. That's better than nothing, I guess.
I've come down a little bit on my uptight. And I say a little bit on my uptightness. I just kind of like pretend that I don't.
Then you go cry
Get
a little bit
anything.
later. Yeah,
It's- it's
see.
fine.
I see. So tomatoes are going to be planted. We have those out in the driveway. So this is a kind of a challenge that's going to, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but this is a little bit of a challenge. So where the garden's set up, it's not full sun, so we get a little bit of shade. So tomatoes need a lot of sun. So we're gonna have those in the driveway. We have these planters that we have, and we have stakes in them so they can grow up the stakes. So the tomatoes are gonna go out there. I have a couple peppers, so I have sweet peppers, habanero peppers, and jalapenos.
Oh wow! So you're okay.
So those are going to be in individual pots because you can have cross-pollination between peppers. So if bees are pollinating my jalapenos and they go over to my sweets are going to turn hot.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I have to have my sweets up front in the front yard, and I'm going to have my hot peppers in the
And
backyard.
just hope that
Yeah, well, that's
Wow.
enough distance where it's
Okay.
you're safe from that. So that's something I
amazing.
learned as
Dude,
well. I
that's
was like,
great.
I was like really interesting. So I was like, fuck, because I had the two different kinds.
Is there any way to get like mirror action going? Like put mirrors out to like get sun from one end of your house to the other? Like can you like have them up on the roof, so like as the sun's coming up, it's hitting the mirror and it's like bouncing across it, and then you just get this nice beam.
Well,
right on your
there's spots in the back of my house where there's good sun. So
Okay.
my peppers will be good in the front and the back, but I have to make sure they're far apart. So that's the importance.
That's awesome.
Well, it kind of sucks because I'm a little too late. So what you're supposed to do ideally, like for tomatoes or, pretty much anything, if you're growing from seeds, which is what I'm doing because I'm a savage.
Sure.
I have to. I don't
Yeah.
know. I want to do things the hard way. Like you can buy plants and they're already sprouted, but
I can buy a bonsai.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I'm buying seeds. So what you're really supposed to do is like 6 or 8 weeks before your last, they call it the last expected frost.
Mm-hmm.
And you start growing it inside and then you transplant it outside when it's ready to go. But I'm a little bit behind the game because we just started this challenge and it started at the end of May. So I'm going to have to go straight outdoors. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough challenge.
And that's not stratification, right? I know that's what the bonsai stuff was, where you're like basically freezing them, not freezing them, but you're putting them in the refrigerator, you're making them cold and making them think it's cold. And then when you put them outside, when it's warm, they sprout and everything.
Yeah, so it's a little different. Like for tomatoes, you want to keep them hot. So the soil temperature of tomatoes to germinate them, it needs to be actually pretty hot. It's like 80 degrees or higher. So a lot of people use like heating pads and stuff indoors to keep that soil nice and high in temperature, or like heating lamps and stuff. But acclimating plants to the outdoors is actually a big thing I was studying on as well. So like if you're growing from inside, a good strategy is to take your plants outside for just a couple hours a day, get them used to the wind and elements, because it'll be like a big shock on them if you go straight from indoors to outdoor climate.
As it would be for, humans.
Yeah, right,
It's
exactly.
like, oh no, it's hot out here.
These things are alive. That's crazy. So anyways, I have a lot of different type of lettuce that I'm doing. My favorite's the butter lettuce. I thought it was cool.
Why is it called butter lettuce?
It's like, I don't know. It's really fat leaves. So maybe butter, fat. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's like
fat.
crazy names for these things.
So it's not like color or anything? It's not like yellow lettuce?
No, it's not yellow. Lettuce, I think I have a little spinach in there. So the reason I have a lot of lettuce and spinach and leafy greens like that is because, like I said, my garden's in partial shade. Lettuce doesn't need as much sun as some other plants. So that's the reason for that. I have onion. I have one onion I'm doing, which is like a yellow onion, and I have some cilantro. I think I have dill, and I'm trying to think what else I have. Radishes. I have radishes back there as well.
Radishes?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like radishes?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
You've never had a radish before?
I don't think so.
Oh, wow. I don't
Maybe in a salad by accident.
Yeah, I don't particularly. Like, you can get, like, little slivers of them, and that's fine. But, like, I've had, like radishes.
Right.
Okay.
I might cut them up, put them into something.
I don't know what... You know how, like, you can judge a food based off of certain things? So, like, with tomatoes... you know when you bite into a bad tomato, just the taste wise. I'm not saying it's like rotten or anything, but I'm saying like there are tomatoes that taste just either like nothing,
right?
Or there are ones that taste very tomatoey and good. And like you don't like tomatoes, right?
No.
So it doesn't really matter. But
I'm growing them.
I'm excited because I think homegrown tomatoes are phenomenal.
I fear my nightmare is I come over, Chelsea eats a tomato, and she's like, "This is terrible."
Well, she'll never say it's terrible, but she'll tell me.
I'll
after,
tell. I can tell.
I'll like. Give you some sort of
yeah.
sign or something like that. I don't know if I could break your heart that much. That's a problem is because you're going to spend all this time growing stuff.
But I need that. I need that so I can learn.
I guess.
It's not going to be good the first time you do it, but I do have my mom helping me.
I will be shocked if the larger tomatoes do not taste the best.
Yeah, we'll see. Ones. I have the, I forget what it's called. It's called like a steak or something.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Yeah, like you can cut them real thick and it's really juicy.
Big.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can get some nice big plump tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing I'm forgetting about, I think, is I have some sunflowers I'm doing.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be cool.
Just for funsies. Just like
I wanted some flowers. I like sunflowers. You can get sunflower seeds as well, which is always good. And unfortunately, like all the cool things I want to do, like we don't have like, I was like, oh, eggplant, oh, cantaloupe, oh, pumpkins.
It's like, hey,
my mom's like, dude, we don't have the space.
Yeah.
And you don't grow in Pittsburgh. I was like, yeah. But that is my update. Way too long. I got very excited.
No, that's
Went down the rabbit hole of
fantastic. You're sending me pictures and you're just like, oh, hey, look, I'm going all in. Like like you're in like just this wall to wall of like seeds and soils and I'm like, that's awesome. That's
I was reading this whole thing on like pH level of soil and what plants prefer more acidity and how it's going to taste and things. And I'm like, you can actually send a sample of your soil to get the pH checked. I'm like, holy shit.
This is going to be like a pH checker kit coming in the...
My parents are both chemists, so I'm sure
like that's easy, right?
I'm sure they'll be able to do it somehow, right?
I would
they'll be able
assume.
to lick it and tell me what the pH level is. All right, Tyler, Mr. Sir Wolfengard.
To finish my thought at the end of it, I don't know what a radish should taste like, I think is my thing. Like, should it be hot?
I want you to be impressed with my radish.
Yeah, as long as, I'll tell you if it tastes good or not.
Yeah. I'm excited about my onion, man. I love onions.
I'll be good too, yeah.
Yeah. But the peppers will be really good. I'm hoping those turn out well. Just a lot of stuff. We got a lot of variety going on.
I'm excited.
It's going to be great. So I'm going to take a picture tomorrow. I think when we send out the podcast episode on Monday, which the audience is listening to right now. I'm going to have like, I was telling you about this, like a before picture for the garden. Because right now it's a bunch of trees starting to grow in the garden, like just weeds and trees. It's just fucked. The fence is all broken. And then it'll be like a before and after.
What I think we should do, and I'm being dead serious about this, is send me a picture, like take a picture, and every week that will be the episode, like image, right, of the podcast, because you can do individual images. And
mine might not be as impressive, because the first one would be because I'm cleaning up the whole garden. Yeah, but after that, it's like, okay, here's day one, week one of the.
I think
seeds.
that's hilarious. I mean, isn't that hilarious? Because it's going to be within a year, right? So with bonsais, you got to wait 2 years just to start.
That's
really doing anything, right? So I think that's going to be kind of awesome. Where if you think about it, like a year from now, when you're scrolling up through all of the images and you literally see it just grow, that'd be sick.
That is cool. Yeah, we'll do it, man.
All right, we'll see.
So tomorrow's the day we're planting.
It's exciting. Yeah,
I'm ready.
Good. I'm glad. Like, you seem into it. I'm excited.
I am into it. My mom's super happy about it too. So that's always
like a bonding thing.
You can make your mom happy.
Yeah.
Make yourself happy. Make some food. Really, the reason I'm doing this is so that when the apocalypse happens, I'm useful.
Yeah, you don't want to be kicked out of the group.
No. So if I can really hone my gardening skills, any group I'm in, I will be extremely useful. So
I feel like I will just tell jokes. As long as I can, and
man,
that's it.
Every court needs a jester.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
I'll jester it up. That's fine.
I like it.
Yeah.
So,
So,
Sir Wolvengard,
Sir Wolvengard
the Jester,
is my online persona that was shattered about instantly the moment you called me Tyler on stream, which was fine. I was kidding. So I actually went away from Sir Wolvengard. I researched a lot of Twitch. Full disclosure, I don't watch a lot of Twitch. Like I'll watch like a couple Sea of Thieves things just to get the Twitch drops,
right,
you know, and then
right.
I won't watch it for months. So I learned a lot. I was looking at a lot of what the accepted, I don't know, like what are the accepted designs? What are the accepted assets I need to create? Because like I was going all in on like, okay, what is my brand? Up to this point for like the past week and a half or whatever, I'm like, I want to get the brand down. I want to get like the look and feel down because I'm a designer and that's what I do.
Of course.
Basically anything that doesn't make me play games is what I want to focus on.
As Tyler does.
Yeah. So I did all that. I changed it to Wolven Plays.
Right.
And that's going to be my overarching not moniker, but like that's my overarching like brand.
Okay.
So Wolven Plays is my thing. Sir Wolvengard is my gamer tag on everything, and then people just call me Tyler on stream. Like that, I'm not trying to hide my identity. You know what I mean? So like that's just kind of how I broke it down in my head. So like on Twitter, it's @Wolven Plays, but then my display name just says Sir Wolvengard.
Right.
Synergy-ish. It makes sense when you look at it all together, when I have all the different windows up and everything, it looks good. Anyway, so I went a lot of back and forth on like color schemes and things like that. So I went with a teal, kind of like a teal smoky thing. And then I have like purple accents because I was on Twitch, and this is my OCD kicking in, where some of the colors on Twitch for links, you can't change to your brand colors. They just stay purple.
Oh.
And I was getting frustrated. So I was like,
sucks.
well, what if I steal Twitch's purple color and use that as the accent to my so that's what I did. So now I'm teal and purple. Oddly enough.
I like the teal. It looks really cool.
It's so to help me on my journey, I should probably plug owned.tv or own.com or something. It's on a bunch of YouTube people that kind of like, hey, you want overlays for Twitch? Go to own.com or whatever.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I grabbed one of their packs, which was, I think it was like $40 or something. It's like a starting point of like, okay, hey, I don't know any of these dimensions or resolutions or anything. I'll buy a pack. I'll see what that is. I'll deconstruct it, and then I'll start making my tweaks and revisions and stuff and bring my brand onto it. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. And it's been working pretty easily. I got like my little counter to work in Sea of Thieves. So like if we're sailing and we want to count how many ships we sunk, I have a little counter on my like stream deck. So I hit the button and it counts like sloops and brigs and things.
That's awesome.
My camera set, my room is trashed. I was telling you this earlier. My room is absolutely destroyed. Like it looks like a hoarder times 2 in there right now. And I was using the stream at like, the background camera is like, okay, well, I got to clean this up because I got to look good behind me. And then NVIDIA Broadcast has a very good program. Well, it's called NVIDIA Broadcast, but it's a very good program that uses AI to take away the background.
Right.
And it's like flawless. So like, oh, I could stream in the bathroom and it would be like you would have no freaking clue. Like it's hilarious.
Right.
So that's what I did. And I have that all set up and I have kind of like my base camera and everything. And I'm going to start experimenting because I got, this is going to be an off side, but I got a top camera too. So if I want to start streaming about like putting keyboards together.
Right.
Whenever I build your keyboard, I feel like I'm going to stream that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
I could watch you build that keyboard.
You could see the time and love and effort that I put into it.
You could see you drop something and be like,
or just be like, he'll never notice this, and just kind of keep doing it.
Yeah.
So there's all of that. Oh man, what else? I got glasses. So my little avatar, if you look at my avatar now, he has glasses on because I was starting to get headaches. Like pretty frequently, like almost every night.
Yeah, you're not used to playing games for more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, right. but I would work for 8-9 hours on my laptop,
right?
And then I would have dinner with Chelsea or whatever, and then I would get on to stream or prep streaming or practice streaming. I did so many recordings of myself just like talking and trying to see like, oh, I like when I do this, or I don't like this angle, or I'm moving everything around.
It's a good idea.
And my eyes were just starting to get like fatigued, and I was getting a lot of headaches. I'm just like, all right, well, let me try these blue light filter glasses, like whatever. Like I always scoffed at them as a designer. You shouldn't be wearing those because it tints your colors and everything.
Right.
But I'm like, well, I'm in a game, whatever. So I put them on. I got it from Movement. So
oh, really?
Yeah, they have those glasses. Wore those for the past couple nights, and like headaches gone. Like it was like,
wow.
Okay. So
do you do that during work as well now?
No, I just put them on like just towards the end of the day. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
well, that's good though. Solves the problem.
Yeah. But then one other thing is I've been trying to get the Horizon Zero Dawn Lego set. Did you know there was a Lego set for that?
Didn't know there was a Lego set.
There's a Lego set, and it has Aloy, and it has a giant tall neck, and you build the tall neck.
Awesome, yeah.
And there's a little watcher.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to get it, and I put notifications on Target, right?
Okay.
And like Target will ping me. I'll hit the thing. It goes into the app. Sold out. I've been doing this kind of like on the DL for like the better part of a month, right?
Wow.
And the other day, it was like 2 days ago or something, I was just like scrolling through during lunch, and I was going to hit back on like some YouTube page or something.
Yeah.
And as I was going to hit it, the Target app like little chip thing like pulled down, and I accidentally touched that.
Yeah.
And then I hit add to cart and nailed it. So like it took me all of 30 seconds with Apple Pay to get it.
Perfect timing.
So I'm hoping that my top-down camera could stream that. That's my long-winded way of saying I got the Lego set I wanted, and hopefully I can stream building it.
Oh, it's so sweet.
I don't know I assume there's a market for that. I don't know. I haven't seen any Lego builds. Yeah.
You do what you want, and then
it's a variety stream. I mean, we're doing a lot of, which I'm sure we'll get to League of Legends, but League of Legends, Sea of Thieves, and then V Rising are the three that I think are going to be the main stakes right now.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of your Sea of Thieves stream. It looked really good. I was a little sad I didn't get invited, but it's okay.
You're always invited.
I didn't know you guys would play.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll invite you every time.
That might have been the night I was sleeping.
Actually, it very well might have been. Yeah, because that's when we were supposed to play League of Legends. But that was so we did 2 Sea of Thieves streams, and then we did 1 League of Legends stream, where you hopped in, helped me out. Jeff joined us. We played a couple matches.
Shout out to Jeff. What killed Jeff?
What killed Jeff?
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing. Jeff's a wonderful lad. Yeah.
Jeff's great, but his stream's great. I tune into his stream every once in a while. He just finished this. You're talking about V Rising. Is V Rising a vampire game?
Yeah. Oh, does he play it?
He was playing some other game.
Oh, Masquerade.
Masquerade, yeah. But it's vampires.
Yeah,
as well.
vampires are
it's hot again, I guess. It's 2010 again, man. Wow. Crazy.
I always feel bad because Jeff streams during the day.
Yeah.
And like he's very supportive, and he'll like hop in my stream and BS and stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm working. Like I would much rather just jump in his and like that hang out there for
I go watch him every so often when I don't have anything to do at work, and it's a great time, so check him out. He's a good guy. But anyways, we were playing League, and how did you feel about your first experience? I mean, you've played the game before, but
I will say, so if anyone wants to go to one other thing I found, which I didn't even know that was a thing, all my Twitch VODs, you just hit export and it goes right to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to download it and then upload it to YouTube.
No, we didn't do that.
Oh. I thought you were like downloading to your desktop, then uploading to YouTube and everything. It's literally like a one button click. That's amazing.
I think we just wanted to save the VODs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But okay. Well, anyway, that was a huge
12 hours of Grandia sitting on my external hard drive, by the way. So someday the world will see that fight. The greatest fight of all time.
We need to just cut that one fight and just put it up. Yeah.
We talk about editing. Like that's what we need. Like really good editing.
Yeah.
Because that was the best fight ever.
But anyway, that was a happy surprise. So it's all on there.
Yeah.
If you want to see, if you've never played League of Legends, Jon takes me through a crash course in like, hey, here's like, I mean, you were flooding me with information, but in such like I remember everything you were saying. So if nothing else, that was I'm trying to compliment you, but it's like you were very, very thorough and easy to understand. Like you're giving me these little tidbits of like future, this is going to like.
Yeah.
I was like getting it of like, okay, I should pay attention to this, but like I can kind of like compartmentalize it and like push it off. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, here's a pro strat. Don't worry about that right now.
Yeah. So a lot of the stuff I was doing for Tyler, for those of you who do play the game, I kind of am coming at it at the approach of, all right, let's focus on one champion. So Tyler picked Soraka in this case. He knows Blitz, so I feel like we could pull out Blitz at any time, and he understands Blitz's function and everything like that. So I'm not worried about that. I wanted him to learn someone new. So Tyler likes the very supporty characters, he says, but who knows?
I say that, but like I really like Blitz.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I was like, are you sure you want to play Soraka? And you're like, yeah. Because, like, dude, remember when we played Overwatch and you're like, oh, dude, I'm going to play Mercy. And I'm just going to be a Mercy main and blah, blah, blah. And then you were like, I hate this.
No, I loved Mercy.
Oh, well, she's the Mercy of League.
Yeah,
Sure.
I will say Mercy's more fun than Soraka as of right now.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more involved.
Well, because you can, yeah, true. You got to throw your bananas out more. That's her auto attacks. Anyways, so my philosophy and approach to this has been, let's focus one champ. Let's get really comfortable on that champion, abilities, items, and then we're just going to start branching off from there. Because even when you're playing one champion, you're going to get exposed. Tyler's getting exposed to 3 other champions every game.
Yeah.
Because we're playing in the bot lane, so there's going to be 3 other champions. So it'll be good practice for him, I think. And like what he was referring to before, I'm trying to start him off simple. Just like, okay, here's just like the overall goal we're trying to accomplish, but I'm trying to plant the seeds now of like, okay, here's some wave management tips. We don't need this for a while, but it'll be there when I go back to it.
It's the
You'll be
idea of like good habits, bad habits.
Yeah.
Do this, don't do this. It's thing like you were doing such a good job giving me like it doesn't matter what champ I have.
Right.
More or less. Like you were giving me some things specifically for Soraka, but generally speaking, you were like, this is something good to do. This is something that you should never do.
Yeah.
And you were just giving me like very, very good advice there that then I internalize that. And then I feel like, okay, let's say Soraka gets banned and I can't play her.
Right.
If I have to stick with someone else, at least I have a base knowledge of like, I feel somewhat comfortable like moving and understanding how the flow of the game works. I think that's always been my biggest thing is not understanding the flow. I know like maybe the first 5 minutes of the game, right? Where it's just like this very kind of like just nitpicking at each other and that's it. I feel comfortable there.
Right.
The moment you start changing lanes, the moment you start trying to have really good map awareness and stuff, that's when it's like extremely overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's going to be my biggest thing is just trying to pinpoint exactly what I need to be focusing on because I understand it's good to have like a holistic view and understand. I shouldn't say holistic view.
Hey. It's good to have a drop dead day that won't want to end their nexus.
Corporate phrases. But it's good to have an idea of like what's going on the entire thing. But I also want to know, sure, here's everything going on, but what small things can I control or help or be at? Right. I need to know that versus just like, everything's going on. I'm just going to run around. And I lose sight of myself so much. And it gets a little messy.
A lot of it, a majority of it is just experience.
Yeah.
So the more we play, the better it'll feel, obviously. But unfortunately, like it's just a lot of trial and error. Because I can tell you everything about the game, but it doesn't mean anything until you experience it.
And I was giving it a lot of thought, and I would and I don't even know if this is a good way of doing it, but like understanding her, like Soraka's mechanics, and understanding like, okay, a lot of her things have a like boundary, and you have to get good with like judging the distance that you're hitting and the type of like attacks that she has. Mm-hmm. If I could then, like, if I'm transitioning to like a new character, I was trying to go back and forth on like, should I pick someone that's completely different,
right,
or should I pick someone that's like, this is kind of like her, in some mechanics,
right,
but it's like it's like half of it is familiar and half of it is new, and you branch out and you learn like new mechanics, new types of attacks, things like that, because her attacks are pretty samey.
Yeah, I was telling Tyler, like, she's one of the original champs, so they're very bare bones, easy to understand. The newer the champ gets, the more complicated
it is. Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea. And I think even than just doing Soraka and branching out, we have Soraka and we have Blitz, and we can branch out from each of them
Yeah.
Because those are kind of the two dualities of support. Like you have an enchanter and a engage, quote
And
unquote.
you say I know Blitz. Like, I really don't. I think Blitz is fun because if you get a good pull and just
you know how to pull them?
someone,
knock them up.
Yeah.
That's literally Blitz in a nutshell.
Nothing feels better than
Absolutely.
that I've played in League.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just so...
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll get more into it, but I'm very excited. I think we had a good first session. I'm trying to, as a coach, understand the best ways you learn. So that's something I'm trying to hone in on.
I mean, this was kind of like our combined thing that we were going to do for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our third.
And me, I'm going to learn League. You're going to learn to be a good teacher, which you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, I appreciate that, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Don't get ahead of yourself here, buddy. But no, I think it's good so far. We played a normal game.
Yeah.
Like a draft pick, and we had Jeff on his main and me on my main. So those dudes weren't like new players. Like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And we won the game. Tyler held his own. I think we won, right?
Yeah,
we won. And Tyler held his own. It was really great. So I thought it's a great start.
I, believe it or not, can't remember too many times where we actually lost at League.
Yeah, you
Like,
usually have someone playing with
you guys are
Yeah.
just so good that you can just carry the crap out of the team, and it's just
Right.
like, okay, this is a joke.
Right.
Usually. Yeah.
Well,
It was good. I'm excited to keep playing it. It's going to be a long road, but
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I enjoy playing with you, and I enjoy playing with the people we play with. So
yeah, I think it'll be
alright.
fun. I think it'll be great to look back and be like, oh my gosh, how far I've come, especially since you're saving all the recordings.
And they simplified a lot of stuff, and or either they simplified it or you finally explained it to me where it made sense. Because before it was like dragon. It's like, I don't know what that is, but all right. Oh, it's a dragon. Let's
Actually
kill it.
made
And then you don't
dragons-
understand what that is. So
They made dragons more complicated, but I think with the items, they made it simplified.
yeah,
A lot of people don't like the new items, but I think the reason they did it this way is because it's like easier. Like even the layout, right? Like I was pointing out to you, like, oh, these build into these build into these, right?
Yeah.
It's like kind of simple in that regard, but
people don't like change, myself included. I'm
No,
going to play
absolutely.
this. I'm going to feel good about it, and they're going to change it and be
They're
like,
gonna change
this
it,
is
yeah.
terrible.
yeah. Well, we'll keep everyone posted on that. So those are our 3 activities.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think
too.
it's gonna be fun.
No,
it's gonna
I
be fun.
think it's good. I need to be okay just streaming. So far it's always been with a group of people because
Right.
I don't like just streaming myself. So that's going to
Right.
be the interesting thing is like eventually I need to break out of my comfort zone and like stream myself. So I've been thinking that that's going to be Saturday mornings.
Okay.
So it's going to be kind of like Saturday morning variety, like whatever. Like for instance, like Sniper Elite just came out. So it's like,
Check
I'll
it
just,
out.
yeah, hop in and just start playing it and talking to myself, for
Absolutely.
whatever. Yeah.
No, that'll be fun. I'll have to, depending on how early, check it out.
I was doing that because it's like, well, Chelsea's probably still asleep. I just
Right.
get my morning coffee in, play a couple hours, whatever.
No, it'll be
Log
good.
some time. Yeah.
I think we have a very good start to all 3 aspects that we're doing.
1 week down.
1 week
51 to go.
Yeah, do we decide like what date is the date we're stopping? So it was last Friday.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be our 104th episode.
I see. Okay.
Stop. So
And that's where.
yeah, it
okay.
might not be like exactly
Interesting.
365 days, but
Yeah.
I think podcast time,
Yes.
it's 1 year
Okay.
from our 52nd episode.
I see. All right. Well, so those are the hobbies down. What do you want to call that? The challenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in the shower the other day
Yeah.
and I thought of a joke.
Okay.
So this joke might be out there already, but I've never heard it.
Well, there's nothing new under the sun, but hit me anyway.
All right, ready? Why did the Mormon cross the road?
Oh, no. Okay. Why?
To get to the other bride. Yeah? Pretty good, man.
Please write into the comments if this joke is offensive or not. I don't know.
I don't think Mormons really do that anymore.
So it's
a lot of-
probably
like a-
so it's
like
probably
majority?
offensive then?
I don't know. Maybe they joke about it. maybe they're good sports.
I'm
about
going to
it.
leave it in. You have to say something derogatory about yourself. We need to even it out.
I'm a sore loser.
Okay. Sure.
I'm a perfectionist. I enjoy winning too much.
No, you can't. You can't do the.
What are these interview questions?
Yeah, never mind.
Something derogatory? Oh, I don't know. I like tacos.
How's that derogatory?
Perez, Mexican. I like tacos.
But you're not Mexican.
No, I'm not Mexican.
Now you insulted two people.
That's why it's offensive. Because everyone thinks I'm Mexican.
Okay.
Right?
We gotta stop. All right. Yeah.
Stop while we're ahead.
It's a humorous joke.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about it, and I was like, this is a pretty good one. You see, because bride rhymes with side.
No, that's...
And instead of a chicken, it's a Mormon. Oh, you know what'd be funnier? Why did the Mormon chicken cross the road? Oh, that'd be funny. Now you're kind of separating it from the human element. It's just more silly. So maybe it's less offensive.
I don't know about that. Oh, man. Okay.
There it is.
Whenever you started this and you're like, hey, I have a joke, I'm like, okay, nothing could go wrong here.
Dude, it's me.
No, that's fine.
I mean,
it
should be expected that it's going to be offensive.
It's good. Do you ever watch? You don't watch. You're on TikTok, right?
No.
Whenever they do TikToks and they just do dad jokes, a lot of those dad jokes are pretty funny.
Yeah. Does that fall under the dad joke category?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's
too racy for a dad joke. Dad joke needs to be like either super wholesome or
it's
super.
Not race. It's religion.
No, racy.
What does racy mean?
I'm sorry, not race as in ethnicity. I was talking racy as in like racy, like, oh, that lady's top is a little racy, like a little risque.
Never heard that before.
Okay.
Is that from like the 1930s or?
Yeah. That's why I like dad jokes, is because this is where I'm at in my life.
Was that expression told in black and white or?
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
At some point.
I see.
Back when the talkies came out.
The talkies. Love those talkies.
Anyway, yeah.
There's my segment.
That's
an easy timestamp for you, buddy.
Great segment.
I wanted to tell. I thought it was a good one.
I need to get back on time. I've been slacking on timestamps.
It's okay, man.
We've been all over the place. Like, actually, we've been pretty buttoned up
today.
For this episode.
Today, yeah. We're kind of getting back in the swing of things because the last two episodes we recorded together.
Yeah.
Again, the curtain's gone at this point.
No curtain.
You just know what's going on. I'm all about transparency, man. That's like one of the most important things.
Honesty is key. Yeah.
I think so. Like, especially when we're talking about work and we're talking about leadership, I think transparency is the most important.
Yeah.
Like,
my CMO, like our leadership team is doing a lot of like skip level meetings and stuff. And they're like, you have kind of like the higher leadership talking to, I don't know, not lesser management, but like the lower management, and that kind of thing, which I think is great. And I think that's a wholesome thing that every company should do.
Absolutely.
So I got my meeting invite came through today, and I had to decline it because I'm like, I'm going to be on my honeymoon. And I never had more anxiety than taking like a CMO's email. It's like, I would like to meet with you. And I'm like, nope.
You can send a response, though.
I did. I did send a response. Okay, I'm like, hey, I'm going to honeymoon.
The cold decline. Wait for him to message you.
I'm out of a job.
Yeah.
This streaming thing better work. No.
Hey, man, go for it.
So now I got pushed to like, because obviously a busy guy, but now it's like I was going to meet him in July. Now it's like end of August.
Oh my God. Yeah, I can't imagine being that high up, having all those meetings. Like, I meet with this one lady. I think I was telling you about how like they have these people in now who are kind of reviewing with leadership about things, like not consultants because they're within the company, but you know what I mean, trying to make things work better.
Yeah.
They're called the BET team, Business Excellence Team, I think.
The Black Entertainment Team.
Dude, someone else made that joke.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a channel.
It's BET.
Yeah, man.
I mean, again, that's
I don't know anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone literally made that joke the other day.
Yeah.
Because I was telling them, the BET team.
People love their acronyms, but every acronym has been created.
Yeah, exactly.
So like whenever you start talking about
and it's way more popular.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to pull out. What was I saying about that? Oh, she's extremely busy. So I look at her calendar. She's like, yeah, just put time on my calendar. I'm like, where? You're busy from 7 a.m. to like 7 at night, man. Like, it's crazy.
The thing I love is when people put stuff on their calendar, but they mark it as like busy. But they're like, I'm gone for a week, and then they mark it as busy. You accept it, and then you're gone for a week.
Oh,
and then
no.
Everyone's calendar is just effed.
I was thinking something else. I love when people put private appointment on the calendar. You're like, what? It's just like meeting, private appointment, 2 hours. I'm like, okay. Can I just put private appointments in my calendar or what?
I mean, depending on what if I need to write reviews, like if it's like review time or something, I'll absolutely block stuff off. I don't say private appointment. That's a little pretentious. But I'll just be like,
that's how it comes. I don't know if that's the default or whatever. So enough work talk.
Okay.
I do want you to talk about V Rising.
Oh yeah, do you want to talk about that real quick?
But
do you want me to sell? Okay, good. Sorry.
Well, I do have. So I'm looking at my notes, and the only thing for this week is why I did the Mormon cross the road. But above that, I have superhero names, and I think we talked about this in one podcast.
Okay.
But I don't think we really discussed it. These are great names. So the first one I have is Doctor's Note. And I forget the context.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, which one was that?
I came up with Doctor's Note.
I know, but what does he do again? I don't remember.
That's when you can make people sick.
Oh, yeah. So he's a bad guy. Or it could be a good guy.
Yeah, but then we went down the rabbit hole of like you would always use your powers for evil.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the research department came to us. He's like, well, what about you can heal people? And I'm like, yeah, you heal the bad people.
Yeah, you keep the bad guys out. You keep the mob. The mob boss gets shot. You survive. Give me money. Thank you. And then you leave. Like, I'm not saying it's evil, but it's like self-serving, which inherently is.
No, you could just be on it. Yeah,
bad guy,
exactly. Yeah. All right, so we have Doctor's Note, which is fantastic, by the way. I know we talked about this just for my own clarity here. The second one was Music Man, which was mine, where you can have everyone in the room bust out in song and dance.
76 trombones. 100, that's the only song they bust out to.
Well,
no?
I think he has a little musical.
Marion the Librarian?
Is this all from the musical?
It's all from the Music Man.
Yeah. I saw the movie. I never saw like the actual musical.
Movie's better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, depending on who's doing the musical.
The movie's better.
All right.
I'm sorry, it just is.
We have Superstat.
What's super? I don't think we've heard about Superstat.
Or she, or anything else, can know exactly what stat anything is. So we were talking about doors and windows, or doors and wheels.
We talked about that. Yeah,
it's like how many wheels in the world? Boom, Superstat knows.
I didn't know that.
Tell you.
I don't think we said the name was Superstat. But
it was Statman. And I was like, nah, we have Music Man. And I changed it just now to Superstat.
Yeah.
I think that's better.
It's more inclusive.
It's more inclusive.
It doesn't have to be Stat Man.
Yeah, Stat Girl. But it could be Stat Girl.
Stat Woman.
I like Superstat.
No, what I'm saying is Superstat is good.
It's perfect.
And then it's like Iron Man, Thor. You can pass the mantle down.
Yeah.
Where whenever it's like, oh, it's a female or
Iron
male.
Man?
Yeah, I mean, Iron Man's a woman, Thor's a woman. Like they're all Captain America.
Pass it down.
Did they change? Because I know the Iron Man suit and everything. They gave it to
I don't know
his daughter or whatever.
Yeah. She's
still called Iron Man.
I think so. I have no idea.
Batman, Batwoman, Batgirl. Batwoman was so bad.
It's so bad.
I'm sorry.
She's terrible. Not as bad as the Batman, but close.
Well, obviously, I mean. There are things that you don't have to say anything. And
Speaking of Jeff, I was watching his stream and he was like, I said something. I was like, yo, what's up? And he's like, dude, I got a bone to pick with you, Tyler, about the Batman. He was coming to bat, dude. No pun intended. But in defense of that movie.
Look.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't spoil it.
Nope, that's fine.
We think The Batman is the worst movie of all time. Change your minds. I would rather watch Batman and Robin Forever than The Batman.
Wait a minute. Batman and Robin.
Or is it Batman Forever?
It's Batman Forever or Batman and Robin.
Exactly.
Or you
both.
Would say Batman.
I'd rather sit through both. Because the length of both movies is probably the same length.
Yes. It might be short. I'm looking that up right now.
You
Keep talking. I bet. Oh my gosh. You want to take it? What's the
over under?
What's the bet on that?
I don't know. I think it's a 50-50. I think it could be close.
What a great.
Which one is Bat Nipples? Is that Batman Forever?
I think it's both, technically.
Really?
Batman Robin had the Bat Nipples.
Oh, I see.
I think Batman Forever.
So Batman and Robin was Clooney then?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And Batman Forever was
Kilmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What a great okay, Batman and Robin runtime.
I don't know, man. It's just
maybe not. So Batman and Robin runtime is 2 hours and 5 minutes.
we might have a 90-minute movie in the other one. What was the runtime of the Batman? It's like 3 hours.
3:20.
3:20.
I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up while you're looking that up.
So it's 2 hours, 2 minutes. So what would I say was the first one? So 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So 4 hours, 10 minutes.
4 hours, 10 minutes. So let's see what it beats it by.
By like a
This
half
says
hour.
2 hours, 56 minutes. Is that right?
For the Batman?
Yeah.
Oh man, I guess if you
It feels longer.
It feels longer.
Feels a little longer than that.
Yeah, I might be
because-
thinking about the Justice League, but
Oh, that one is like 4, isn't it?
I don't care who you are. I bet if you sat through, and this is actually serious, Tyler.
Okay.
Sitting through the Batman, I think feels longer than sitting through Batman and Robin and Batman Forever.
I can put that up as a poll next week if you want. This week. Let me write it down.
Like what feels longer?
What feels longer, Batman, the Batman, or Batman and Robin plus Batman Forever,
or the Sound of Music.
or the Justice League extended cut, or all of the Lord of the Rings is the fourth option.
No, that is the height of I will never do that again. That's too much.
That's the memed option.
Oh my gosh, it's too much.
That was great. I had a great time with that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have all these notes, and one of my notes section is so I have like top 5 ideas, podcast notes. I have gardening items that I just added.
Yeah.
Which is excellent. Dream journal. Oh shit, where's that? Polls. There it is.
We'll get to my. I'm slowly compiling all of our RPG ideas, and I think one cast we just sit down and just go
that's a great
through them.
idea. That's a great
And
idea.
just spitball.
All right. So speaking of polls, that's a good segue.
Yeah, let's knock those out, and then I want to talk about V-Rising.
Knock those out. We value our audience
knock
participants.
them out. Like hit them so hard that
Who are we hitting?
They're out. I don't know.
All right, the first poll, I wanted to tickle the nostalgia bone a little bit. And I asked, what's the best Call of Duty from the Golden Age? Now, I consider the Golden Age of Call of Duty COD 4 to probably Black Ops 2, but you can shorten it a little bit, which I did. One of my buddies said, well, one of your buddies too,
Yeah.
said that COD 2 is the
Yeah.
start of the Golden Age, which is very interesting.
I personally don't agree. I know it is.
Yeah.
And like you actually had COD 2 and you had like the big red one is
Right.
well liked.
Yeah.
COD 3, not so much, but again, that was Treyarch,
Right.
which is why they got kind of their bad thing. Zach put you on blast a little bit with
Oh, did he?
Nah, I don't know if he put it in there, but he messaged you
Discord.
like, who says Golden Age? I'm like, I think that's a pretty common.
Oh, if we
term.
were to poll the world, this would be the Golden Age of COD.
Yeah, but he was just
I
like,
am
I think
totally-
the term Golden Age didn't sit well with him. He
What?
said that was more on the comic side than on video games.
Well, doesn't Golden Age mean like the best?
I didn't agree with it.
time?
I think so.
All right.
He called me old.
He's
I'm like, I
very
didn't make the
critical
call.
of my polls, which
Yeah.
is fine. I accept criticism in all forms, but German food's not top 5. I'm sorry.
Okay,
It's
well.
not top 4, especially.
Oh,
Poll the world.
but hey, thank
Poll
you.
the world.
Thank you,
no,
our German
poll
listeners.
Germany. We have German listeners.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, guys, we love you, but come on. You're beating France, Italy, Japan, China, Spain, Mexico, America.
We'll get there.
We will get there. All right. What is the Golden Age? What's the best Call of Duty from the Golden Age? I had COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops.
Yeah,
COD 4 won. I mean,
it's surprising. I thought, given the demographic of people, people would lean more to Modern Warfare 2. You want to know which one I picked?
COD 4.
Incorrect.
Whoa.
I know.
Wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a darn tootin' second here. COD 4 is one of your favorite games of all time.
Correct.
All right, let's hear it.
World at War.
Why?
Because I think the map design in World at War is severely underrated. I think, especially when you get to the last map, I forget what the last map pack was called, but that was when they announced Modern Warfare 2 and everyone just dropped World at War, sadly. Those maps were so well designed, intricate, just phenomenal maps.
Right.
You had zombies, you had fire, you had tanks. Like I don't think people remember World at War. Like COD 4 was very, very good, and then World at War was like, okay, do I like the World War II time frame? No. Do I even like the weapons? No. But the shooting still felt really good. The maps were fantastic. You added a whole new mode. They expanded the heck on. Like those modes were fantastic. Still simple and like classic zombies, which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But then you added Capture the Flag, which was huge.
Right.
So I just think that a lot of what the modern Call of Duty has, they still owe a lot to World at War. Like Treyarch, for all intents and purposes, did a very good Call of Duty that I don't think they get enough credit for.
Yeah, no.
Now,
I think it's fantastic.
would I want to play that over COD 4? No.
Yeah,
Like
so
I think that's nostalgia talking. But
I think you have more of a variety with World at War. Like you said, there's all those aspects. But I think pure gameplay, pure multiplayer experience, COD 4, definitely. Now, for me, it would be Modern Warfare 2 just because of how old I am. But I respect COD 4. I respect my elders.
I think Modern Warfare 2.
So
I think it is better.
Yeah. So if we include the research department edition, because I was going straight off of Twitter, I think Modern Warfare 2 wins. I'm not sure if he's saying that these are added to what we have on Twitter or they're a total. Because if they're a total, I think literally everyone on his poll voted for Modern Warfare 2, which is...
Yeah, and I think that's an age thing.
That's definitely an age thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like for me, it would probably be Modern Warfare 2. But I will say this, just in support of Black Ops, because Black Ops didn't get a lot of love. It came in last place. Black Ops might have the best campaign. Black Ops campaign was fantastic.
Ooh.
The whole plot twist and everything like that, the numbers and shit.
Yeah.
That was a great campaign. You get to go to Vietnam. So you have like this Cold War kind of espionage thing. And then you get thrown right into Vietnam and you get all that as well. Like just perfect.
And again, Treyarch is showing that they can craft a very good game. Like,
yeah,
it was
I never thought that Treyarch. Like, I always thought the Treyarch games were
in working in GameStop. Like, people were like, "Oh, it's Treyarch."
Oh, it's not Infinity.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, Treyarch did so. Like, if you want to look at innovations, Treyarch. I mean, obviously, like COD 4, like changed everything.
The landscape.
But innovative after trying new things, Treyarch was there.
After they had the framework for COD 4. It was just improvements on that where, like you said, Treyarch is very not afraid to completely change up the formula, right?
Yep.
Even with like zombies, for example, like look how different the first zombies is from the second and so on. They really like...
Maybe not a good example. Like they maybe took it a little too far. But
I'm not saying change is always good.
They still try it. That's
but exactly. That's my point is they're willing to go for it, which I commend them for that.
I think if it was like gun to my head, and because like I'm an apologist for it. Like I think World at War is just underrated. I think not enough people play.
Well, it came in second. So on a Twitter poll, it came in last. But with the addition of the research department,
that's good. Then.
Supplemental. So people did vote. So people only voted for Modern Warfare 2, which was the majority on that. But they also voted for.
I feel a little better than
World at War.
It's hard to say Modern Warfare 2 isn't better than Call of Duty 4 just from the simple fact that most of the maps from COD 4 are in Modern Warfare 2. So it's not like you're really missing out on anything. I think the only thing that I like about COD 4 is the fact that like it's simple. You don't have a million freaking things you have to unlock and do.
Well, the maps were amazing. The guns felt great.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yep.
So good. All right, well there it is. There's a trip down memory lane.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
The
I had
golden
fun with that
age of Call of Duty.
Yeah, what is it? I mean, whatever.
The peak. I don't know.
Peak of Call of Duty. Yeah, peak of Call of Duty. That makes sense. All right, so we had a part 2 for the first time, and one of the polls we had was best cuisine from a country, which I was referring to earlier. We had a part 2 because. As we discussed, there
are more than 4 countries. Who knew?
Well, yeah, I didn't know that. Now I do know that. But some people felt that there was couple snubs, so wanted to include more countries. So we had America, China, Germany, and Mexico. And based off both, Mexico won.
I think I voted for Mexico.
Which is interesting. I love Mexican food. It's very good.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, when you say like American, like, I know we talked about barbecue for America.
Yep.
But then is it like, do we also claim American Chinese food and American Mexican or Mexican or whatever?
I would probably say yes, but when you think of America, you're thinking burgers,
or not Burger King, McDonald's,
steak.
Yeah.
I don't know, like mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey.
Sure.
And barbecue's a big part of that, I think, right?
Would corn be one, or maize?
Probably.
Is that like a
corn?
I guess they didn't.
We probably grow the most corn here in the world, right?
I mean, that's where we get it from. It was here,
indigenous to
Native
America.
Americans showed us how to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, corn. I don't know if that's the first thing I think of, but
I'm just trying to think of like, okay, we come over here. And
I was telling you the story about my dad. I think it was some of the Frenchmen were coming in because this company was owned by a company in France, and they were like, "I just want to eat like what's like a meal that the normal people here would eat."
Right.
So he took them to like Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
So I think like that's kind of the style.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like a
Bob Evans.
Like a Bob Evans, exactly.
Denny's.
Yes. Now we're getting into the heart of it. Now we're getting even more. I love Denny's.
Now we're getting into the heart attack of it. Yeah.
The winner is Mexico. Second place was China.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I understand that. And then Germany and America were tied with the least amount, which makes sense. I think America's a little underrated. I think American food can be very good.
Yeah.
I think we have some of the best steaks in the world. I think we have barbecue's incredible if you get good barbecue. I think like American style pizza, because like Italian pizza is like pretty much a flatbread. Like the American like bigger pizzas, that's like, that's us.
So like a pan pizza is Americanized?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think like, of course it's like from Italy. And it comes from probably Italian immigrants and stuff, right? But I think there's been an Americanized version, like you were kind of referring to before.
Yeah, I think whenever I think of like Americanized, it's like we're gonna put cold toppings on the pizza.
Well, I'm just talking about how it is, like a doughy kind of pizza,
Yeah.
like a bigger pizza. That's not what it's like in Italy, as far as I'm aware. I think it's like really thin, flat bread.
I have no
kind
idea.
of
Sure.
pizza, and that's how Italians do it.
I mean, if we can take the doughy pizza, then it's 100% American across the board. And
yeah, right.
Sorry,
that's all Tyler need to hear. Yeah, the Italians are not.
Who invented the sandwich?
I don't know.
I always thought, and this is probably not true, I thought somebody invented the sandwich because they were playing like basketball or like some sort of like outdoor game, like a ball game.
Yeah,
and they didn't want to stop, or they had to eat with one hand, so you just put some meat between two slices of bread and ate it.
I know hamburger came from the town of Hamburger.
Okay,
somewhere in Europe.
Sure.
The sandwich. I think it was Sir Sandwich.
Sir Sandwich,
from Madagascar.
Well, whoever invented the sandwich, they have my vote on best.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought pizza was your favorite food.
Yeah, it is. But I like me a sandwich.
Yeah, sandwiches are great.
Yeah.
My favorites are pancakes, burgers, steak, chocolate cake. If I had to assign a food.
Cake?
Yeah.
Huh.
Love chocolate cake.
Give me an apple muffin.
Cake, chocolate, greatness.
Whenever we make it big,
yeah,
and I know we've talked about our like baskets that we're giving our guests.
Oh,
like,
right.
It's like, you come on the podcast and we give them these like extravagant gifts.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like we'll have to think of like our little like meals.
Yeah.
On like
a meal.
Like, oh, thanks. Like, you fly in all these big ways. Like Tom Hanks has to eat, right? So like if he flies in, we're gonna have to feed him.
Will Tom Hanks be alive before we make it big?
Yes. He's gonna live forever.
Question. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
He is a toy cowboy.
Yes.
And I don't think those toys, unless they're damaged. Well, I don't think we've ever seen a toy die. Actually, wait, didn't someone fall? No, he didn't. No. They almost fell into the furnace.
Blowing them up? I guess not. They're all alive.
Can we just take a second to remember that they were about to destroy our entire childhood in Toy Story 3 when they're all going into the furnace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you don't have a heart. Oh,
no, I mean, look, if you're sitting down into a Pixar movie,
right?
Was there ever a doubt that they would not make it out of that?
The music goes, they're all holding each other's hands. Yeah. They think it's going to happen. It's not about what I think is going to happen. It's about, I'm seeing Woody trying to rally the troops in a time of need, and everyone comes to the acceptance of hot, fiery death.
I can't detach myself. The thing that would have destroyed me is if they're like, yeah, they're gone.
That's what I'm saying. So it's that, first of all, but then secondly, there's that 0.01% in the back of my head. They're like, what if they just went for it?
Yeah.
What if they're going for an Oscar?
Yeah.
That's what gets you too, because it's like, so there's a chance.
I guess. I think you would scar too many children. When you ever talk about a children's movie, I don't think you'd ever pull that trigger.
I would.
I have no doubt you would. If I was watching a movie by by John Perez, I'm expecting everybody to die, no matter. I don't care who it is.
If we ever make it real big, where we have a movie production company, you better believe I'm snagging one of them.
Dude, there's a little old granny walking across the street. There's a 9.999% chance that she's getting hit by a bus.
Yeah,
out of 10.
No, but you have to establish.
9%.
You have to establish. It's got to be in the third movie. You know what I mean? It's got to be like, we love these characters. Yeah. It's not going to be in the first one.
Toy Story 3 is the most overrated freaking piece of movie that I've seen.
Is it my turn for a hot take? Or?
Yeah, go for it.
I think Pokemon is the most overrated video game franchise of all time.
Ooh. I'm trying to think of what's more overrated than... Well, obviously Dark Souls, but besides that,
oh my God, you're right. Yeah. Dark Souls is more overrated.
Yeah. What's
dude? We're gonna lose all. We just shit on the Batman for an hour. I just said Pokemon's overrated.
No, I'm trying to. I mean, look, Pokemon was good.
I enjoy Pokemon. Okay, as much as the next guy. Yeah. Well, not as much. That's a fucking lie. Not as much as the next guy, but I enjoy it. It's simple.
But it's the same.
I like collecting. Game. Exactly, it's the same game every time, and the battling is just a rock paper scissors. Like, is my type better than his?
Yeah.
Am I a higher level? Like, there's no more like in depth.
It's not for us.
It's not tactical,
and we force him to be for us, and that's the problem. It is my. It's my nephew.
What it is. It's a kid's game. It's a kid's game.
Yeah,
it's a kid's game.
Right. But we can't. But then that means everyone thinks can't be mad.
Dude, Pokemon's like one of the most popular, most grossing franchises in the world.
Yeah.
One of. And I get it, but
look,
the game is not like a masterpiece.
You can't.
It's the same game every time.
But we can't be mad at that.
Okay.
We can't be mad at Star Wars. We can't be mad at, all these things are not made for us.
Nothing's made for us. We're just cynical douchebags.
You know, you're not entirely wrong, but that's what it is. Is like, look, Pokemon.
I love Star Wars. What are you talking about?
Not the new. I'm talking the new ones.
Well, so I did like it, and then they ruined it.
Yeah, because it wasn't that was made for my nephew to be like, hey, look, here's all new characters with new things, and isn't this cool? And blah blah blah.
It's not. Well, we're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into that.
No, we're not. But do you think he cares that Han Solo died? Do you think he cares that
it was the way they handled the other characters?
You're 100% right.
You're the way they handled them.
Right. But what I'm saying
is, he
doesn't care.
I understand that, but you have to play both teams here.
You don't have to.
They didn't.
We're not going to give you the money. I don't know. Well, I guess we could give you money, but we have the money to give.
You should pay more attention to the adults who bring the kids to the theater. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. But here's the thing. They come out with another Star Wars movie. We're going to see it.
I'm not.
Nah.
I haven't watched Mandalorian, which I know is good.
Which is a shame.
I know it's good. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a fucking shame that they made me so salty about the franchise that I didn't even watch a good series. I didn't watch Bad Batch. I haven't watched the new Clone Wars stuff.
Obi-Wan starts today.
Don't give a shit. No, I'm not going to watch it.
You got to watch Obi-Wan.
I'm not.
It's Obi-Wan.
I know. I love
Obi-Wan.
I get it.
Hayden Christensen or Christian? Hayden Christensen.
Christian Haydenson.
Christian Haydenson. I knew I got it wrong.
No, you're good. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
watch
see
it. Yeah.
Anyway.
Hugh McGregor.
All right, so polls.
Polls are done.
We'll do more polls, probably.
Later.
Yeah.
When we have more. I didn't do any this week because we
Yeah.
had a little bit of a backlog. So I was like, all right, let's catch up.
We have another 3.
And I hate catch up.
Yeah.
But I had to do it. And then
Just put like, what's your favorite League of Legends champion?
oh my God. And put 4
And just
options.
put 4 options, yeah.
I don't even know what I would put down. Like the 4.
Well, I mean, Blitz, Jinx,
least,
and...
I would put the 4 least popular.
If it's not
champions.
Misfortune, it's not...
Misfortune has 2 great reasons to really enjoy her. Her personality and her fortuitiveness.
That's what I was going to say.
That joke's been made way too many times, but I just wanted to pile it on, just,
So I've been thinking about a couple ways to talk about V Rising.
Oh, okay.
And I'm still very new to the game, but would you like me to be matter of fact about it, or do you want me to pitch you on it? Do I want to try to get you to play the game?
You know what?
Have you seen V Rising at all?
Nothing of it.
Okay.
Pitch me.
Okay.
So I walked in.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, Mr. DeVazio.
Hey, good to meet you.
I heard you have an exciting offer for me, so
I do.
The next 5 minutes?
Well, that's a fantastic watch you have on,
Thank
and
you.
I'm assuming that with a nice watch like that, you probably have a 20 spot in your pocket, and that's all I need to give you the best, next 4 years of your life.
Wow, you have my attention.
Okay.
I do have a question before we begin.
Absolutely.
Is this on Game Pass?
It's not.
It was nice meeting you.
Hey, no, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
all right,
Okay.
go ahead.
So V Rising, it's early access. It's on Steam,
I like Steam.
and it is RuneScape.
Oh,
And I've been thinking about this a lot. And,
have my
and
attention.
I the way I pitched it to John was
I am sitting up in my chair now.
the way I pitched it to John, because we played last night, it was Diablo meets a little bit of Tarkov with some League of Legends sprinkled in.
Okay, now you're being Nate.
And,
now you're being Nate.
and some Minecraft. And that was my concoction.
Yeah.
And then we're playing it, and I'm like, you know what? This is RuneScape. That's all it is. Granted, I played RuneScape when it first came out, so who knows? But you're essentially, it's vampire RuneScape. So the whole thing is you're a vampire.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a story and you want to like rule the land or whatever. But essentially, humans kicked you guys out of your castles, and now you want revenge. So you're just going to build more castles. The base game is you go on these worlds. There's 25 people. So it's kind of an MMO-esque thing, but it's 25 people. You break into different clans, and each clan can be up to 4 people. And what you do is you just go through this game, and you build up a castle and try to just rule the land with all your different castles, and you just want to build the bigger castle. Okay? So when you first start, you're literally like punching trees and rocks and things, and you're getting a bunch of resources and things. It's the classic progression of Minecraft where it's like you have X many rocks, and this builds the smelter, and you get a smelter, and that does ore, and you can level up your attack, and now you can break ore bricks so you can get that mineral, and it keeps unlocking things.
Okay.
So there's that layer, and that's really cool. The building's pretty neat because you have, you're building your castle up, so you can actually like be decorative and be kind of cool and whatnot. The aspect of the multiplayer is you can do PvE, so like no player versus player contact or anything. Like you have contact, but no conflict. Like you can't actually attack each other. But there's a PvP mode where you can just kill each other in the wild. You can take some of their stuff, and the whole premise is as you're building up your castle, you have what's called a castle heart. So as you're going in the world and you're feeding blood to this castle heart, if you let it die, because it slowly drains even when you're offline. That's the thing. It's a persistent thing. So you have to feed it like a lot of blood and like, okay, I'm good for 2 days. And you have to get back on and play. If you don't, your castle falls into like this decay state. Yeah. And then people can raid your castle, take all your stuff. Like it's almost like Rust in that regard. I don't know if you know like Rust. So it's kind of like that. So there's all these different aspects and things playing. The reason why I like the game is because it's very, very clever in what it does, and it kind of takes all the BS out of a lot of stuff.
Right.
So if you're crafting, it's not like you just sit there and you're crafting at a bench.
Right.
You can be like, okay, I want 12 swords, I want this, blah, blah, blah. And you just like, you queue everything up and you just go do whatever you want. It just does it for you and you're set.
Perfect.
And I like that. There's a mechanic, because you're a vampire, there's a lot of vampire mechanics. So for instance, if it's daytime and you get caught in the sun, you're going to start burning and die very, very quickly. So during the daytime, you're looking for literal shadows on the ground and jumping. So like you're gonna see yourself start to catch flame, and you run to a shadow, and then you wait a second, and then it's a new mechanic for that. The idea that you can buy things in the world with silver, but silver is bad for vampires. So now it's this risk reward of, okay, I can carry a lot of silver and buy some stuff into town.
Yeah.
But the more silver you hold, if it's more than, and you get gear that increases this, if it's more than your silver threshold, you start draining health.
Right.
So it's like this, like, okay, how can I do this stuff? It's amazing. You have a wolf form, so you can run around faster and different things. And in the game, there's like 12 different types of blood, right? Because like you're a vampire, you want to feed on things.
Right.
So you go around, and if you're fighting like workers, there might be like a logging camp, and you're like, I'm just going to destroy these guys.
Right.
And you can hover on different guys, and everyone has a type of blood, and they have a blood quality level.
Okay.
Right? And I know you're squinting, and you're just like, I don't want to lose you, but
they're eating too many Big Macs.
Yeah, it's gonna be a low quality.
Low quality.
But,
okay.
But what you can do is, like whenever they're around like a third health, as you're fighting them and stuff, you can feed on them. And if you feed on somebody with like, okay, this is a logger, he has worker blood, and it's like a 80% quality level, which is huge. If you see that, you want to feed on him.
Right.
You drain him, kills him, and now you have his blood in you.
Right.
And now, depending on the percentages, you get all these different perks based on like quote unquote worker stuff. So like if you're breaking down trees, you're doing it faster. You're getting more resources, things.
It's cool.
There's warriors, there's rogues, there's creatures. So creatures, you get like faster speed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it slowly drains, so you constantly have to be like feeding and doing this stuff.
Right.
So it's this really, really cool mechanic. But then there's the clan element where it's like, if I found a really good person in the wild that has that, I can literally come back to base and be like, I'm going to open up my vein. And then all of your clanmates can like drink from you, and now they all have it too.
Oh, I see.
It's less blood
Even
in them,
out.
but it's just like the on the base level, it's like, you craft, you build a base, and you fight other people.
Right.
But these different elements are just so cool. And then as you're building up different like weapons and things, you get new attacks, and it's like you're having a build that's good for like defending. So if somebody's trying to raid your castle, like you go and fight them, and then that turns into, and I know I'm spinning this a little bit, but that turns into kind of like a League of Legends thing.
Oh, okay.
But everyone has their own attacks and their own abilities, and you're like trying to find the counter to like, oh, this guy is like, he loves jumping and like spinning attacks and stuff. So like I need to take him on from like a range. So I'm going to turn on my magic that's like ranged attacks and stuff.
Right.
And you don't get a ton of attacks. You get, I think you get 3 weapon attacks when you get higher level weapons. You have 1 like dash attack, and then you have 2 magic attacks. So it's like 6 buttons total.
So everyone gets the same attacks?
They have the same pool of attacks, but there's tons and tons and tons of different magics and attacks that you can build.
I see.
But you only get 2 magic, right?
Right.
But there's like, and I'm making this up, there's like 30 options.
Yeah,
so pick the 2 that works to your play style or complements your weapon or whatever.
Yeah.
And the way to progress the game is there are these like mini bosses that, the first one is like an alpha wolf. You find him early on, you can beat him almost like right out of the tutorial, super easy. You kill him, now you get the ability to turn into a wolf. So each of these bosses gives you a new ability, progresses the story, quote unquote story. I haven't really seen much of a story.
Right.
Progresses the game, progresses what you can and can't build, progresses like, the idea of like, okay, I can make a castle. Like you start off with like wood for your castle, now you're doing stone and things like that.
Yeah.
Which is all just super, like it's really, really fun. So there's all of that. And then the idea is there's no XP at all.
Okay.
So if you logged on and we were like, hey, John, you went through the tutorial. You still have to do like there's like quote unquote missions you have to do. So it's like cut down 3 trees. You do that, you get the reward. So like eventually you have to like do the steps to like progress those things.
Yeah.
But if you jumped on right now and I'm like, hey, John, welcome. Here's a set of bone armor. Here's a set of copper weapons. Now you're the exact same level as I am because it's tied to your what is it, like your outfit level or your equipment level,
Right. Not.
and it's just
No
it's
XP.
super cool. It's so nice, man.
All right.
I
All
don't know.
right.
But,
All
like,
right. I got to see what it looks like. That's going to be very important.
It
to
looks
me.
like it's top down, so like
Yeah, I like
it looks
that.
like Diablo,
Like old school.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
Diablo.
All right. So $20 on Steam.
$20 on Steam.
Do we have a team of 4?
We might have more than 4.
Oh.
Depending. I put a kind of thing out on Discord, but the thing is we host. You can host your own game.
Yeah.
So right now we have what I call a practice server where it's private. You have to have the IP address. I give you the IP address, password, whatever.
Yeah.
You go there. It's only PvE. There are no other people attacking us, but we can at least see, okay, what's the progression? What are the resources we want to gather?
Right.
Then you go into the PvP world where it's like, okay, we have our clan of 4. We know what we want to do, and we got to carve out a space in this dedicated server online.
Right.
And I actually went as far today is I have the server client running on my computer.
Yeah.
So anyone can log in anytime. I don't have to be online.
Oh, nice.
So
That's
like
awesome.
John was like, oh, hey, what's the login or whatever? And so now he can play and do stuff himself.
Right.
The way to like the clan stuff is really cool because now anyone in the clan can continue to build up the castle and interact with everything. So it's this thing of like technically if you're out foraging, the stuff on your person is still like quote unquote yours, but it's like you're giving to the clan or the family or whatever.
Right.
So you have all like, you know, your storage chests that you can place anywhere and organize stuff. So if you have one person that really likes combat, right? Like let's say you just like, I like the League of Legends thing. I like dueling people and whatnot. That could be your job.
Right. Right.
My job could be I run out and I just keep mining and bringing stuff back and organizing and things like that. If John likes building things, he can build stuff. If Nate likes going off and like, you know, harassing people or trying to scout out for like castles to take over, we can do that. Like you can even get into players' castles and instead of just destroying them, you steal the heart. Like, or you like you capture it.
Yeah.
It's like, now this is yours.
Oh,
You know,
I see. Oh, wow.
It's kind of awesome.
It seems interesting. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
So I will be.
There's fishing. I think there's fishing in
That's
in
all I used to do in
RuneScape,
RuneScape.
yeah.
I fished
So
and I cooked.
the neat thing too is eventually, because again, you're vampires, you can charm people in the world,
Right.
like NPCs, and you charm them, bring them back, turn them into vampires.
Oh, dude,
Right?
I was literally gonna ask.
Yeah, you can do
So
that.
Now, then you can have like a team.
Well, you can have a team, and they can defend your castle.
Yeah.
So you would have those guys.
Is that a big aspect of the game too?
It's the
have an
defending
army?
it? Yeah,
Yeah,
because and depending on what you do, if you do the
I
normal,
love that.
if you do normal PvP,
Yeah.
you can attack castles, but it's always within a specific window.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm making this up, but like noon every day is when castles are open for attack. So if you're planning your day, or I have to be on at 8:00 at night to help defend in case somebody's trying to raid us.
Yeah.
That's where the PvP stuff
That
comes
is
in.
cool.
Or you do full loot PvP where it's like if you get murdered, they just strip your body and you just take everything.
Can you respawn?
Yeah, you can respawn, but
Okay.
if your castle is under attack or you screw up and you leave, like, I don't know if it's leave the door open, but if your heart dies or something,
Leave the door
they
open.
can literally take everything.
Yeah,
So all
right.
loot takes everything. The PvP normal is a little bit softer, so it's not
Right.
quite like Tarkov.
Right.
But it's really, really interesting. And obviously we're not there yet. We're just doing like the practice mode, like PvE, like kind of low stakes. But
I'll have to jump on the train now. I usually am too late on these things, so
yeah, I mean,
I'll make sure
that's
to-
the beauty though, is like the only thing you miss out if you jump in late is you have to go through like the tutorial stuff.
I mean late as in everyone stops playing.
Oh, we all stop playing. Yeah, that's fair. Right now, you know, I was talking about games that I can't stop thinking about. Like
Yeah.
that's all I was thinking about is like, I want to be playing this right now. And,
Yeah,
like
that's
John,
pretty-
like he was the same way.
Yeah, I love that feeling. The more I age, the less I have that feeling. Like when you're a kid, man, it's kind of funny. Like speaking of like a Pokemon or something, like back in the day, you'd have that like one game, and I think we talked about this theory before, where it's like, back in the day, you only got like a game for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. A couple games for Christmas. It's not like you can go buy like, oh, your friend says, oh, you should get this, and you go to Steam and buy it. It's like hard copy. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a job. I'm a kid, and save up your money, or like you get a game for Christmas, and that's why it's more special. And you're just like at school, you're like, oh, can't wait till I get home and play this game. So I definitely have felt that way before.
It's one of those things where like I always get into these ruts where I'll come off of a game that I play the heck out of for like hours and hours and hours and hours.
Right.
And like I just played Diablo and put a ton more time into Diablo. And then I was like, I'm never going to find a game. Like you always get into this slump of like, I can't imagine having another game that I'm just like sucked into. And then these random things pop out of freaking nowhere. I'm like, I guess I'll try this. Everyone
You've had a couple this year.
Yeah.
Tunic,
it's great. Well, like Tunic was good. Like I'm talking about a game that's like Tunic was good. It was a good, solid experience. I don't want to take anything away.
You seemed really
from
into
Tunic.
it. I don't know.
I am very into it.
Yeah.
But when I say that, like I'm looking for a game that is a persistent thing.
I see.
So like Sea of Thieves, you keep doing it, but there's really no progression. I mean, like you level up, but like it doesn't carry over. Was there a progression
in this game? Is there a ranking system or?
Well, in this one, it's literally like there's 25 people to the server.
I know,
and that's it. Like you there is a progression. Like you constantly get better.
But you can win the game, right?
If you sit on like the throne, I don't know if that's winning the game, but it's like you build up enough that you just dominate the server, and it's like, nope, we win. And like everyone, I guess you quote unquote win if everyone's just like, okay, we're done.
That's amazing. It's the best way to make everyone else quit.
Yeah, but I mean, I saw some really sick duels with like crazy, like people were like popping people up in the air and slashing them and doing all kinds of weird stuff that I haven't even seen yet in our game.
Yeah,
but it's really neat.
Yeah, the skill ceiling seems very high, which is always exciting because there's a lot of room to. But it seems, I don't know, on the base of it seems like pretty easy to grasp. I mean, you did throw a lot of things at me.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry,
but it does. I do get a lot of RuneScape vibes from it, so I don't think you're totally off.
You can pick what type of gameplay. Like if you want to just fight, you can do that, and that helps the clan. If you just want to build, you can do that, and
the problem is you can't all just fight.
I mean, eventually not, but like John and I love going out and mining and just going to like a bandit camp and just raising the crap out of it, and then coming back and being like watching all the numbers go up and stuff, and like just piling stuff in, organizing it, and like if you and Nate are just like, we just want to fight.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll supply the heck out of you. Like it's fine, but
no, I think it'll be fun. I think that's a good one. V Rising.
It's an option, yeah. And if it's something that you wanted to try, obviously, like within 2 hours, you're gonna know. But John, it was funny because he checked today and he was like, I just in case I wanted to return it. He's like, I don't want to return it because he really liked it.
Yeah.
He was like, I was just curious, like if I return, and he's like, oh, I put 2.5 hours into it already.
Yeah.
It's like, it's addicting. Like we were going to get off at 11 last night, and then Nate hops on. It's like, okay, and then it's 11:30, 11:45. It's like, okay, well,
yeah.
There's always one more tree to cut down, or one more thing to, yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
In life and in V Rising.
Yes. I just think it's a clever game that cuts a lot of the BS out, and I think it feels good. It looks good for being a top-down thing, and I think overall, again, for early access, they have something special there.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. We'll have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Well, what else we have?
I think that's it. That was my big pitch. If anyone wants to try V Rising, it's better than
it was a good pitch. It was a good pitch.
All right, well.
I liked better when you were complimenting me. You kind of got away from that a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
yeah, I got to come back.
It was good. He's focused on the product.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we got. And I think it was a good one. Got our footing back. Talked a lot about video games this time, which is probably for the best.
Or a video game podcast. You have to do that every once in a while just to
remind yourself.
Yeah, make sure that
you are.
The category sticks from Spotify or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's like a quota we need to hit.
We have to say video games so many times. Yeah.
I actually love the fact that season 1 was all Mass Effect. Like we had to get a Mass Effect reference every time.
And what is this, Batman?
The Batman.
Yeah, that's
shitting
fine.
on the Batman every.
I love Batman so much. It's
you do love Batman. I actually thought the movie was fine.
Yeah,
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
It's okay.
You're like, just the more you talk about it.
The more I talk about it, the lower the score gets.
Well, before we lose all our viewers, I'll end it there. But if you made it this far, we appreciate it very much. Check us out on couchcompany.games.
Yep.
Or at CouchCoGames on Twitter. We got polls up. I'm going to be doing polls next week. Look out for our what movie is longer, or what feels longer, what watching experience feels longer.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll get you'll get your own vote. I don't think you'll get 2 votes.
I'll get my vote. I'll make sure.
That would be really funny if you get more than one. And if you win, that would be hilarious. But yeah, check us out there. We'll be here, same time, same place next week. Thanks for joining us on the couch.